Hey, I'm gonna give you the tour of Kistler Rod and Reel. Come on with me. This is our new home office. We've been here almost 25 years now. Just remodeled the offices. I'm happy to show you everything we've done. It's real exciting to me to move into almost 7,000 square feet of office space, production room, new parking lots, landscaping. We're very excited. We moved in last week. So come on in. Welcome to Kistler Rod and Reels. Here's our showroom. We've got our reel display right here with our new chromium reel that we're happy about, our fly reels, and our new spinning reel, Series 1, version 2. All of our apparel, great hats, caps, and shirts. And we've got my showroom here of all the rods. I mean, we've got racks of helium, chromium, KLX, argon, fill-and reel, and Z-bone. And then we even got the custom rod shop right here. You know, you can get on my website and design your very own one-of-a-kind unique custom rod. Picking the colors, put your own engraving on there, pick the handle to match. Real exciting stuff, check that out. This right here is a pretty neat deal. Back in around 2003, all my pros signed this shirt for me for my birthday. Matt Herron, Scott Martin, David Dudley, Anthony Gagliardi, Chad Morgan-Thaler, a few other guys, Jason Kilpatrick. That's a real neat deal. I want to show you this too, that I've been waiting to do this 24 years. This is the evolution of the Kistler fishing rod, which is also the evolution of the fishing rod. Look here, 1999, this is what our rods look like. Move on through to 2003, we took the foregrip off the rod. 2004, introduced the helium. Come on there, 2005 and 6, introduced the split grip, no foregrip design with the magnesium and the helium 2. On through the generations, the Z-bone in 2009, and then the KLX in 2012. And this was our very first fly rod we made back in the year 2000. Pretty neat museum piece there. You come on over here, like to show off my very first bass. They got me hooked on fishing right here. I was 9 years old. That was a 3-pound bass. That was the second one I caught, took it home. This is my great-grandfather here, Pop, and this is my pawpaw right here that taught me how to fish. A few of my pictures here. This is my largest 12.5-pound bass in Mexico, and the first 10-pound bass in Mexico, and then 11.5-pound in Lake Conroe right here local. This is a pretty cool museum piece right here. This is me finishing rods back in the year 2000, I believe. This is my very first employee in 2000, Chris. And this is our longest running employee, Ruben. He's still here. I'll introduce you in a little bit. This was a few pictures of my original garage and office. A few inspirational, supportive people over the career. Mike Cordeloni, very first pro staff. Mark Tyler, first pro staff in California. My dad. Edgar Tayeb, and then Ray Scott right here with me at a trade show, and then Tomohiki, my distributor in Japan. Gary Loomis right here with me. I took him tarpon fishing. I caught my very first tarpon. Randy Clark, great inspirational friend. And then Dalton Bobo was one of my first pros in Alabama. Here's some pictures of me, young, had dark hair, testing some saltwater rods in Louisiana with some riders and some guides. And but yeah, let me show you a little bit more. This right here is the office, new office of Daniela. She's our customer service, accountant, all kinds of stuff. She handles it all. She's great. She's been here a while. Come on back to my office through the kitchen. This is our very first conference room. Seat 14 people. Have our meetings, production schedule. These are some museum pieces, some of the first shirts that I ever had or wore a long time. This is our very first logo, Kistler Rod logo, 1999. That's what it looked like in the very beginning. And this shirt right here, I wore to all the consumer trade shows. Every time I'd starch it up, look all nice and everything. And then a few more over here. And then come on into my little office right here. That's where all the magic happens. Very excited to have a big, quiet office that I can brainstorm, work with my son-in-law here. This is our flex board. I'll put the blank in here, put some weight on it, and it shows me how stiff a power or how fast the power is for each blank. Helps me compare maybe a KC9 to a KC7 blank in different or similar actions and powers. And that's my first 10-pound bass over there at Replica, the one I caught in Mexico. So come on, let's take you to the cool stuff over here. This is Jordan. Jordan's been here, what, 6, 7 years almost? Yeah. Got his first office. He's my production manager and now customer service. He does it all. He can build a rod, he can sell a rod. And right here, I told you about him, my longest running employee, Reuben Evans. Been here maybe 17 years. He handles customer service, warranties, and he's done it all. So very grateful to have these two men here working with me. Come on into our little reel room. This is the reel library where we test all our reels. They all come from Korea. And we've got the new chromium here. We'll test them and everything before we ship them out, make sure they're perfect. So come on in here. This is the inventory room. So this is all the rods that are in bags. They're ready for orders to come in and get pulled and shipped. This is our little shipping room. Brooks is our main packer here. Gets them done, shipped out. But the cool stuff's coming. Let's go show you how they're made. Come on. Through here. So first of all, I'll get in from our factories around the world, our graphite shafts or our Kistler carbon blanks. Every blank is different, and I test every single one to make sure they're perfect. Now when they pass, they come in here into the drilling room. Come on in here. In this room right here, we'll pick from all these cork handles, and then we will ream it out to fit the diameter of the blank. So the inside diameter of the cork fits the outside diameter of the blank. Then we got the reel seats. We actually modify them so we can do that no foregrip design where you can put your finger on a blank. So we chop the threads off here, and that's pretty much all it's done. When that's done, we'll get about 50 or 60 a day. And Mr. Strand is one of our gluers here. He's mixed up this 2-part paste epoxy, which it kind of turns to cement. It's so strong. And he'll paint it on the blank and then move the parts down where they're supposed to be. He'll put them on the spine. Every blank has a natural bend, call that the spine or the spline. And so you put your reel seat and the guides on that natural bend. Very important. Some rod companies don't do that, and I don't understand that. So he'll do 40 or 50 a day. Now they're ready for the magic to happen. This is called the little finishing room. Come on in. This is where the magic happens right here. These folks are putting them together with expertise. Miss Leslie's wrapping. She's tying the threads around the guides. Miss Marion, she's been here around 8 years now. She's a master wrapper. She's tying the Z-bone up right now. Yeah, looks good.
It's actually a custom.
Oh, it's a custom. She's doing a custom. It looks like a Z-bone with some blue tags. Yes. And then we've got Miss Emily over here. She's wrapping also. Something else, somebody was working here a while ago. We put the tip tops on. We use a hot glue. Put the hot glue in here, heat it up, and stick it on where it's in line with the reel seat. Okay, when that's done, now the hot glue is done, so if you have an insert come out, you can heat it up and pull it off and order a new tip and put it back on yourself. That's why we use Flex Coat hot melt glue. When that's done, they wrap them up, and then Mr. Michael over here, he's going to align the guides with the reel seat. It's all done by hand with his eyes. They got to be perfect. It takes a long time. So after he's done a little rack of those, we come over here to the pre-finish. Caden, he does a lot here. He reams and glues, and also pre-finishing today. So he's putting a pre-coat. It's a thin coat of clear coat from Flex Coat. He's coating the threads, basically sealing the threads off, and he puts it on the drying wheel so that finish will dry evenly overnight. Nice and slow. Slow air dry is the way to do it. And then after these come off tomorrow, we're going to affix the actual label to where it's supposed to go, okay? We'll put that on tomorrow. Miss Emily here, she's going to be putting the final coat the finishing coat. So this is the clear coat that covers the thread, the label, the guides, and everything, and the tip. And then after she's done that, it'll dry overnight, and then she will inspect each guide and label for perfection. If it's not perfect, we put a piece of tape on it and put it back on there the next day. And then when they're perfect, we start bagging them up, tagging them and bagging them, and that's the last thing we do until we bring it into the finishing room. So that's the cool tour, the mini tour of how we build a rod right here in Texas, in Magnolia, Texas, from hand, or by hand, one by one, for perfection. Our goal is to build a rod that's you're proud of, that's beautiful, that performs, doesn't fail you, and just catches more big fish. I'm passionate about it, been doing it almost 30 years now, and I'm so proud of this team that I have working with me to make you a better fisherman. So thanks for joining me. I hope you like the tour of Kistler Rod and Reels.